Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 22nd February 2021. As we all know that we are into the revision mode and we have been revising the entire syllabus in the form of sample papers. Already we discussed, reflected upon three sample papers in a row, and this is the fourth one. And these papers are meant for your batch alone, 2021 batch alone. This batch has got a variety of topology of questions, and in that section A is most important as it contains a lot of changes, a lot of assertion and reasoning questions along with the 1 mark questions, and most important one is case based questions are there in this section. Case based questions means about a concept there will be one paragraph. You must carefully read and understand that paragraph. Below the paragraph you have 5 questions, out of which 4 questions you need to answer. Each question carries 1 mark. That means question number 15 and 16, which are case based questions, carry 4 plus 4 8 marks out of section A weightage of 22 marks. That is the reason why I say case based questions you must give a lot of stress in section A. So without wasting much time, we go straight to section A. Question 1. How are living organisms divided into different taxa? What is the name given to this process? Question 2. What is the function of compound epithelium? Question 3. The male and female cone are found on the same plant in which of the gymnosperms? Question 4. What is the reason of hard matrix of bones? Define epiphyllous arrangement of stamens, male reproductive organs. Question 6. Define neural tissue, that is nervous tissue. Question 7. Evaluate significance of mitosis. Don't describe entire mitosis, only you have to write significance of mitosis. Remember, all these questions are 1 mark. You need to answer in 1 or 2 sentences maximum. Question 8. What is the end product of Krebs cycle? Again, don't talk entire Krebs cycle, only end product, that's all. Question 9. Which hormonal deficiency is responsible for the following? Diabetes mellitus, goiter, cretinism. Question 10. Terrestrial animals are generally either ureotelic or uricotelic, but not amniotic. Why? Question 11, that is assertion and reasoning question type. And there will be 2 statements. Assertion has got 1 statement, reasoning has got another statement. So based on the choices A, B, C, D, you have to decide which is the correct one. Question number 11, assertion. Aristotle was the earliest to attempt more scientific basis for classification. Reason. He used simple morphological characters to classify plants and blood for classifying animals. A. Assertion and reason both are correct, but reason is the correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. C. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. D. Assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. So you need to decide which is the correct one. In case you find it difficult, you got a choice for question number 11. Plasmodium is sporozoan. Okay, assertion. Reason. Have an infectious spore-like stage in their life cycle. A. Assertion, reason both are correct statements and reason is correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. C. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. D. Assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. Question 12. Assertion. Arachidonic acid is an unsaturated fatty acid. Reason. There present 1 or more double bonds between carbon atoms in unsaturated fatty acid. A. Assertion and reason both are correct, but and reason is correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion, reason both are correct, but reason is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Question number 13. Many molecules can move briefly across the membrane without any requirement of energy. So passive movement. And this is called passive transport. Correct. Reason. Neutral solutes may move across the membrane by a process of simple diffusion. A. Assertion, reason both are correct, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion and reason both are correct, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. C. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. D. Assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. Question 14. Assertion. A sigmoid curve is obtained when percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is plotted against partial pressure of oxygen. Reason. Saturation is affected by factors like partial pressure of carbon dioxide, H plus concentration, gradient, proton gradient, all that. A. Assertion, reason both are correct, and reason is correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion, reason both are correct, but R is not correct explanation for assertion. C. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. D. Assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. Question 15. Read the following and answer any 4 questions. Electron microscope studies of eukaryotic cells reveal the presence of a network or reticulum of tiny tubular structures scattered in the cytoplasm, and they are called ER, endoplasmic reticulum. The ER is a large network of membrane-bound tubes and sheets which look long tubules or round or oblong bags. These are called vesicles. Now, based on that, 5 questions. Question 1. ER, endoplasmic reticulum, bearing dash on their surface is called rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER. A. Ribosomes. B. Lysosomes. C. Golgi body. D. Plastids. Question 2. RER is frequently observed in the cells actively involved in dash synthesis and secretion, lipids, glycoproteins, glucose, proteins. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the major site for synthesis of A. Lipids, B. Proteins, C. Glucose, D. Starch. Endoplasmic reticulum divides the intracellular space into dash distinct compartments A. 3, B. 6, C. 2, D. 4. And 5th, assertion. The endoplasmic reticulum often shows ribosomes attached to their outer surface. Reason. In animal cells, lipid-like steroidal hormones are synthesized in the RER. A. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. C. Assertion is true, but reason is false. D. Both assertion and reason are false. Question number 16. Blood is the medium of transport for oxygen and carbon dioxide. About 97% of oxygen is transported by RBCs in the blood. The remaining 3% of oxygen is carried in a dissolved state through plasma. Nearly 20 to 25% of CO2 is transported by RBCs, whereas 70% of it is carried as bicarbonate. About 70% of CO2 is carried in a dissolved state through plasma. Now, question 1. Dash is a red colored iron containing pigment present in RBC. A. Hemoglobin, B. Chlorophyll, C. Phycobilin, D. Xanthophyll. Question 2. Each hemoglobin molecule can carry a maximum of dash molecules of oxygen. Each hemoglobin molecule can carry a maximum of A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, D. 6. Question 3. A dash curve is obtained when the percentage saturation of hemoglobin with O2 is plotted against the partial pressure of oxygen. A. Growth curve, B. Sigmoid curve, C. J-shaped, and D. Logistic curve. Now, question 4. CO2 is trapped as dash at the tissue level and is transported to the alveoli, is released out as CO2. A. Carbaminohemoglobin, B. Oxyhemoglobin, C. Bicarbonate, D. Plasma. Question 5th. The following statements are drawn as conclusions for the image shown, oxygen dissociation curve. So you got 2 on x-axis, oxygen pressure in millimeter Hg, on y-axis hemoglobin oxygen saturation percentage. So you got a sigmoid curve there. 1. A sigmoid curve is highly useful in studying the effect of factors like partial pressure of CO2, proton concentration on binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. Correct. Question 2. In the alveoli, all factors are favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Question 3. Every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver around 50 ml of O2 to the tissues under normal physiological conditions. 4th. Oxygen gets bound to hemoglobin at the tissues and gets dissociated in the lungs surface. Now choose from below the correct alternative. A. Only one is true. B. 1 and 2 are true. C. 3 and 4 are true. D. 1 and 3. That is first statement and third statement are true. So take a paper, start answering these questions, and in our next session I'll be giving the answers. Compare your answers with the answers that I'm going to give you in the next session so that you know your strength and you know your weakness. Maintain the strength that you have got, convert your weakness into strength. That's how you can gain